Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Era 2 Premium Medium, the T-55AM2B. As a quick side note, as of this review going live, there are 52 mediums in Era 2. 23 of them are Tech Tree, and 29 of them are Premium. So, Wargaming, please don't add any more Premium mediums to Era 2. We don't need any more, we have enough. Anyway, the 2B is the current season Cold War level 100 reward tank. So with a little bit of effort, a little bit of elbow grease, it can be yours for as little as 2,000 gold. So is the 2B worth getting? The short answer is yes. The 2B is very good at holding up against regular cannon fire, autocannons, but it does suffer like everything else against ATGMs. For a Russian tank, though, it also has an uncharacteristically accurate gun, which I'm like, Russian guns are not very accurate, but this one, based on my experience, it seems to be a lot more accurate than it's more accurate than I was expecting. I'll put it that way. But for me personally, my view of the 2B, though, is that it is the definition of power creep, but we'll talk a little bit more about that later. So let's take a look at the 2B in a little more detail and compare it to the only other tank of its kind in Era 2. And when I say of its kind, I mean it has one weapon system, but it has two types of ammunition. It's got the standard shell armor piercing, and it's got ATGMs. The only other premium medium in Era 2 that has exactly the same setup is the Chrysler K-Tank. There are other mediums that have ATGMs, but they're not fixed through the cannon barrel. So let's compare the 2B to the Chrysler K-Tank. So the 2B has 389mm of pen on standard rounds, 500mm on gold, and 850mm on secondary ATGMs. Standard and gold will do an average of 440 alpha, while the ATGM will do an average of 980 alpha, that's some good pen and good alpha there. The K-Tank has 350mm of pen on standard, 380mm of pen on gold, and 450 on its secondary ATGMs. Standard and gold will do an average of 780 alpha, while the ATGMs will do an average of 1100 alpha. So, at a high level then, what the 2B lacks in alpha, it makes up for in penetration. It's also worth noting that the 2B reloads in 7.5 seconds, and the K-Tank reloads in almost 14 seconds, 13.9 seconds. The 2B has 2,700 hit points, K-Tank has 2,750 hit points. Unboosted, the 2B will max out at 56 kilometers an hour, while the K-Tank will max out at 53. The view range of both tanks is the same, coming in at 505 meters. And finally, the moving and still concealment of the 2B is 399 and 365 meters, while the K-Tank has 452 and 436 meters respectively. So there's quite a considerable difference there in the moving and still concealment. So from a high level point of view, these two tanks are not that dissimilar, but this is where, in my opinion, the power creep factor comes in. It's like Wargaming have recognised that there is an issue with certain autocannons just clipping tanks out. They appear from out of nowhere, they RBRT you, and you're dead before you can even get a shot off in some cases. Their solution, though, has not been to balance the autocannons. Their solution is to add more armor to their next premium. And the K-Tank is, in my opinion, the K-Tank is exactly what a medium should be. It's quite quick, it can hit very hard, but it's got very little armor. The 2B should be similar, but what we have is the wrong solution to the autocannon problem. Yes, it is great to finally be playing a tank that can tank, well, I say tank, it can absorb, the 2B can absorb almost every round that an RBRT Weasel fires at you. And that feels great, because you're playing a tank and you think, oh, finally, I'm in something that doesn't have to worry about this cockroach, this utterly toxic cockroach of a tank. I don't have to worry about it because my tank can actually hold up against it. This is great. I love it. But that was never the appropriate solution to the autocannon problem. And the 2B, because of it, it is a good tank. I can't say this is a bad tank, because it's not. In the game right now, it's a good tank. It's very much like the EE in Era 3. But I feel that that is a step in a direction the game shouldn't be going in. If the solution to the autocannon problem is to up armor a medium, then every other tank in the era should also receive the same treatment. But I can't see Wargaming doing that. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll shock everyone and up armor everything, and they'll balance these autocannons that way. I have no idea. But I personally, even though it's nice to have this tank and be able to tank all these rounds from autocannons, it's like, okay, but that's just more power creep. That's more of the same. We're not changing. We're not learning here. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. But for me, right now, playing this thing, that's the vibe I get. That's the feel I get from this tank. Alright, let's take a look at the economy stats. So the 2B has a 60% silver boost, 15% tank XP boost, 4% free XP boost, and finally a 10% crew XP boost. Nothing too special. I mean, well, I say nothing too special. 60% silver boost is quite good. And I can see that being utilized by many players. Honestly, I really can, because yeah, go play a premium you earned for 2,000 gold that is immune to the most toxic premium in the era. Yeah, 60% silver boost on there as well. Yeah, I can see this being a popular one. It's a good tank. It's really not that bad. So, in summary then, yep, the 2B is a good tank, and for 2,000 gold, it's well worth getting. But I can't help but shake the feeling that this is just another premium designed to outmatch all of the ones that came before it, which I don't think is a good thing. Alright folks, that's all I've got for this one. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, if not a dislike, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.